Hey, what's going on YouTube? This is Jim, and today I want to talk to you guys about Halo's latest free DLC, Memories of Reach. Now, I think it goes without saying that I am arguably one of the, if not the biggest Halo Reach fans. Obviously, I have Noble 6 on my wall, all 6 feet tall of him. I'm looking at him right now, and one of the coolest fatheads that I own, I think. So I like everything about Reach. It was obviously Bungie's last adventure into the world of Halo before moving on to Destiny. So there's just a lot of nostalgia with it. So when I heard that they were going to bring back some of those elements into one of my favorite games, Halo 5, I think, like many of us, I was very excited. Now, they did a lot of new things in terms of maps and play modes, and I'll talk about those in a minute. But what I want to talk about first is some of the cool kind of behind-the-scenes features that maybe don't get as much spotlight, but I think that they should. This was all captured on the live stream. I'll put a link in the description box below. You could check it out. I think Jay Fresh and Bravo have really found their stride. It was one of the better live streams that I've seen them put together. It was a constant flow of information, gameplay, getting in the designers, talking about behind-the-scenes stuff, a lot of cool vignettes. It is a little frustrating, though, that they still leave the Xbox notifications on. So I'm trying to listen to what the Forge changes are going to be, and it's constantly popping up with people spamming for messages and friend requests. So a little lame there. I know they made a joke about it and said they were going to embrace it, but that doesn't mean that I want to embrace it. So if you didn't watch the live stream, it's okay. The Halo Waypoint app, or the Halo Waypoint site, rather, on your phone or any other internet device, I should say, has a complete list of everything, and it's in the B is for Bravo community forum. It was posted a little bit, a couple days ago, actually. So let's dive into the meat of this expansion. First and foremost, they are changing the way matchmaking works. Now, this marks a significant change in console gaming. Right now, on the PC Master Race, we can select what servers we want to play on competitive modes, or we can sign up for different... When you're thinking like competitive shooters, typically you get to find the server you want, right? You get to select the server, and there's a little description box of what the server is, whether it's hardcore rules, fast respawn. It kind of helps you frame what your experience is going to be like. We don't have that on the console side until today. So they are implementing a new feature. When you select a match, you can sign up for one of 3 matchmaking preferences. The first being balanced, which is default. That's the one that we have now. You search for a match based on your fire team skill and network connection quality. They also have expanded. Expanded widens the search parameters to find the first available match within reasonable skill and reasonable network quality. So if you want to be a little bit faster, although I can't complain about the matchmaking speed, I think that they're fine. However, for some of my friends who are a little more professional than I, they have the focused matchmaking. Narrow your teams to find the best match. Based on your fire team skill and connection, search times will be longer than normal. So if you are looking to kind of play against other players around your rank that have better internet connections, you may want to wait an extra minute or 2 to find that perfect match of current matches available. I like that. This implements the first time, really, we've seen anything like this in a console, and I hope it sticks. So way to go, guys at Halo. I think you've done a really good job. The other big kind of behind-the-scene feature is the PCGR, better known as the Post-Game Carnage Report. On the military side, we call those the after-action reports, but PCGR seems to work. They've added a slew of information. In addition to just normal, kills, deaths, that sort of thing, you'll now get to see some other cool things, including the player's stance and their current loadout of what their stance is and their unique Halo color, their gear color, which is kind of neat. You spend a lot of time kind of customizing your Spartan, and unfortunately that's really lost in multiplayer because you're either red or you're blue. There's really nothing in between. But this, now you actually get a chance to kind of see what their stance is. Right now on my character, I'm holding a shotgun over my shoulder and I'm kind of leaning forward. I got a really cool color palette of green and purple. I just think it kind of pops. Now people can see that if they want to. Again, the stats are still there, so it doesn't matter too much. But they've also added a couple of cool things on top of the stance. You can see all medals that'll earn in the match description, including quantity, rarity, and description. So you'll get a complete deep dive of how you did, how many medals did you get, which ones, why'd you get them, all that great stuff. The best tool of destruction, obviously, the weapon you utilize. For me, it's been the Magnum lately. Who you killed the most and who killed you the most. Maybe a little rivalry forming there, especially if you're playing with your clan mates on a Thursday night throwdown like we like to do from time to time. Get to see who's gunning for you. You can press the left button or right button to view commendations or progress from your recap, and you can also press left and right trigger to view recaps of other players from the match. So it's just a nice graphic. It's prettier, it's cleaner. It really kind of puts a bow on what I think is arguably the best the best experience for a multiplayer shooter right now. Everyone loves stats. Everyone loves to see how they did, what medals did they get, which ones were available, that sort of thing. And there's nothing wrong with that progression. I think that's a really, really good feature. They obviously added a ton new recs. I know people are very excited about that. One of the biggest ones happens to be the Brute Plasma Rifle. Now, in the live stream, they played extensively with this, and this weapon is a pickup right now in the new arena match Stasis, the new map Stasis. I like the new Plasma Rifle. It's very, very precise, extremely precise. As a matter of fact, I don't think there's any recoil whatsoever. If you guys remember the plasma rifles we got to play with in Halo 2, those things were very wildly sprayed. That's why they gave you two, so you could kind of hit things because it was all over the place. These are laser precision. However, as they talked about in the live stream, one of the pro team players came on and he said that they've been tuned in such a way that they burst down shields very quickly. However, they're not as strong in taking down the final shots. So he recommended you use this in tandem with another, like an SMG or a pistol, to try to burn them down a little bit more. That's kind of the trade-off. You have super awesome accuracy, but it takes a little bit longer to burn enemy Spartans down. In addition, they've added George's chain gun. I mean, this is an iconic piece of Halo weaponology. I'm very excited for that. They've also added a Phaeton Helios, which is pretty cool. There's a slew of different skins. Some of them have already been available. About a month or so ago, I think they had the 80,000 points Mythic Rec Packs, and you had a chance to draw some of those. I did get a few of those, including the Noble. I got the ODST. I got the Osiris team, Spirit of Fire. There's also some unique armor. And one of the ones I'm most excited about, which is at the bottom of the list that people may overlook, is the new threat. What do they call it? The threat marker attachment on your gun. So you guys know when you play Warzone, level 2 is a great time to be alive because now it opens up your arsenal. You can pick between different kind of sights, whether you want to have a weapon that does more damage, the kinetic bolts, which does more damage against vehicles, or if you want a silencer, if you want a longer scope. Now you can add the threat marker to that arsenal. What the threat marker will do is while you're in iron sights, I believe it's iron sights, I may be incorrect on that, and you mark a target basically, the target will stay active for up to 6 seconds, and it'll show a little dot of where they are. This is perfect in engagements when a guy's running around cover and you're trying to figure out where he is to continue the pursuit. I don't know, and I haven't been able to confirm yet, if other players see this or if this is solely for you. If other players see this, this is going to make Warzone insane because you're going to have a very good overview of where enemy Spartans are and the best approach to flank and finish them off. So I'm extremely excited for this. If it only ends up being for you and your eyes only, I highly recommend you guys check this one out. It is a lot of fun to play with. As I mentioned, Stasis is coming out. It's according to the live stream, they had a lot of industrial type maps. You'll notice a lot of assets have been lifted from Torque. But they said they wanted to do something different, so they covered the whole map in snow. And as a result, it's got a very, very different look and a very different feel to it. Hydra is now in this the Hydra's picked up in this map. Hydra's been completely reworked, so it's even more of a power weapon already. They've also added something new that I hope they continue with other maps. They're actually adding recon sights into the guns, and they're allowing you to pick up and utilize the recon DMR. One of my most coveted level 6 requisition cards is the Recon DMR. So it's all the strength of the DMR, but more kind of like an iron sight 2X type scope. It's a lot broader view. And they said they don't want people to get tunnel vision in this. It is not a sniper rifle. And I'm really excited to dive in and check that out. As I mentioned, the Brute, what do I keep saying, Blute? The Brute plasma rifle is now spawning. I talked about the pros and cons of that. They also added the infection game mode, something we've been very excited about for a very long time. If you remember infection, this is exactly what you want it to be. It's tons and tons of fun. And they've changed some of the maps to more reflect a kind of hostile, not hostile tone, but like a more evil tone. There's a lot of green kind of mist on the ground. A lot of the walls have different structures and overlays on them, a lot of vines, and they've actually put barriers inside the maps that you may be used to. Some of the routes have been blocked off, and this is to allow the human Spartans to kind of huddle and kind of find some strongholds. They've kind of closed off portions of the map. They still have the zombies. They still have the alpha zombies, which are a little bit more powerful. It looks like it's just a lot of fun, so I'm very excited for that as well. One other thing I wanted to mention, did I write it down or do I just need to talk to it? We talked about the maps, we talked about infection, we talked about arena, we talked about the matchmaking. Forge, that's what it was. Forge has undergone a significant overhaul yet once again with tons of new assets, including very unique stylized skins like wrappers. So instead of just the boring old box, it can now be a Covenant box. It could be a Forerunner box. It could be a wooden crate. This is going to allow matchmaking to be, map makers to be even more artistic. And I'm very excited for that. One of the things we like to do in our fire team is on Thursday night, we get together and we play. And it's a ton of fun when you find these random maps that people have put a lot of time into, and they've tricked the system in such a way to make assets look differently than the way they were meant to be utilized. This just opens that arsenal even more. There's also weapon crates for both Covenant and for UNSC weaponry. So now, depending on the ammo box, you can really start to create a lot more control and like where enemies are, or where ammo crates are and where the hot points are, and you could force combat in certain areas based on ammo crates. So I think that's going to be tons of fun. All in all, I have to say that this is one of the most feature-rich expansions. It may not look like it on the cover. The requisition count is definitely significantly lower than we've seen in the past. There's only one new map and one new game mode, but with the after action reports, with all of the new matchmaking preferences, with a significant amount of tweaks to weapons, which I haven't even covered, you're better just to read that for yourself. This expansion is really fleshed out significantly, and in case you can't tell, on my TV in the background I got it queued up. I'm going to go play some more, but I wanted to take a break and talk to you guys about it because I've lived it, I've played it, I've enjoyed it, and it is great. I highly recommend you guys get out there, check out, and try to get some of those fancy new requisition cards. Try out the new game mode, Infection, which I think everyone's going to be in love with. The last little teaser at the end of the live stream, they always tease what the next expansion is. Rumors are this will be it in terms of free DLC. Does that mean we'll have paid DLC? Does that mean it will end? I don't know. I am blown away by the level of support that Halo has gotten from the 343 Industries community and from the creators to continuously add new and newer things every single month. Going on, let's see, the game launched in October, and here we are in May, and we're still getting new stuff. I think that is incredible. It's a great value. I obviously gush about this game because why not? Anyways, the little teaser at the end it shows a warthog with rockets on it, and they actually brought in a pig. I think it's Ollie the pig. He is in the Forge mode. You can play with this pig. They actually had the live pig in there. The guy was holding the pig. The pig was squealing. It was a lot of fun. It was madness. It was crazy. Check out the live stream. Really, you guys owe it to yourselves to check it out if you're a fan. They put on a great show. Like I said, Jay Fresh and Bravo really found their stride, and I think it's worth checking out. So I'm done rambling. I'm going to go play some more Halo 5. Tomorrow, stay tuned. I have 2 unboxings, Uncharted and Doom. I'm very excited for that. I'll get my wife up here, and we will have some fun ripping open these things and checking them out. So stay tuned for that. As always, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. And until next time, I will see you guys on the other side.